Alright my friends, in today's video I'm going to show you a really cool technique. It may be not so much relevant nowadays because we're going to be working basically with a film print, but it's a cool technique just in case you're going to have project like that, and I think visually it also looks pretty cool. So what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be taking actual film scan and we're going to be color grading it with the film print in case you're going to have to show it instead of digital format on the actual 35mm print. So what happens with the DI color grading, you have your original film scan, you scan it, it becomes digital, you do your color grading, and then from there you output, you basically printing on the actual film. So I'm going to show you how to simulate that film print and how to remove it, so when you're actually going to print it, it's going to look exactly the same like it would on your computer screen. I know it sounds complicated, but it's actually very simple and very cool technique. Okay, so let's get into Resolve. So here we have footage. By the way, you can download this from Blackmagic Design website, one on their Sintel scanners. And we have this little shot over here of the lake. So here's what we're going to do. Okay, let me show you the parade. Okay, as we can see, I think it's a ProRes file. The first thing I'm going to do, we're going to do a new node. So Alt-S, a new node, and I'm going to call this one film. So bear with me, I'm going to show you a really cool technique, okay? So this is going to be our film. And what I'm going to do with this film, I'm going to right click, we're going to go into LUTs, 3D LUT, and we're going to find film looks. Now, most cinema standards are P3. If you don't have P3 monitor, you can grade in Rec 709. So in my case, because I do have P3 monitor, I'm going to select DCI P3 codec 2383 D65. D65 indicates the white point. So D65 is white. If you're going to select, let me show you a different one, D55, it's going to be a little bit warmer. You know, depending again what's the print going to be, that's what you select. So in our case, D65. So this is a print. And the reason why we're doing this way instead of what I'm going to do later, because it's easier to toggle like this, okay? And that's going to be very important. Okay, so here we have it. So again, we're going to do a new node. And now we're going to start actually grading. So this is going to be exposure. Let me kind of just dial basic exposure. Okay, before and after really quick. Now, with white balance, let's go to vector scope. It's actually quite easy to do proper white balance. We're just simply going to move it like that, and we pretty much have proper white balance. Okay, so I'm gonna call this one WB. Okay, let me organize everything really quick. Okay, a new node, and here we can probably just do a basic kind of like color look. Okay, so that looks good, and let's do a little bit maybe like that. So we have a nice sunset. All right, so let's say that we completed our grade. Okay, so here we have this film print. Again, let's toggle on and off. So what happens when you complete grading the project that's going to be printed later on, we cannot have this film emulation. Otherwise, it's going to look completely ridiculous. Otherwise, it's going to look actually like this. So if I'm going to replicate this, this is what you're going to get when you're going to do a double printing. Okay? Now, what we're going to do. Again, this is used in the very early stages just to kind of toggle between and see what it looks like if you're not experienced with it. So basically what I'm going to do now, I'm simply going to delete this film lot. And now you can print this directly into that film print, and it's going to look exactly how it looked before. But here's a little shortcut. If we're going to go to the settings, okay, if we're going to go in the color management, let me show you really quick. There's this tab called 3D Output Lookup Table. And what we're going to do now, we're actually going to select the very same LUT. And boom, it looks exactly the same as we color graded, but the downside of that, we cannot toggle. Because if you're going to toggle, you're basically toggling as with the LUT already on. So if you're new to that, use the first method as I showed you. Just don't forget to delete that LUT later. If more advanced user, this is your way. So when you grade entire project, okay, before exporting, just make sure go to the color management and deselect that LUT, and your project ready to be printed. So hopefully that makes sense. If you like this video, please subscribe, share it, comment, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video on Monday, which would be the next video. We're gonna talk about Gen 5 color science on the Blackmagic cameras. I'll see you then.